people were to say to you, look, yes, LeBron James, no one would put past him being the best player in the whole sport again this past year, this coming year. Maybe they do get Anthony Davis going the right way. But the third piece of that remains Russell Westbrook. We saw how bad that fit was a year ago. Big Perk, are you saying you believe they can find a role for him that makes sense and works?
I do, Greeny. And if we look at the two teams that represented each conference in the finals last year, it was the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. And their head coaches were Steve Kerr and Ime Udoka, two guys that played the game of basketball. I believe that Darvin Ham could put these guys in position to be successful, especially Russell Westbrook. And here's another thing about Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has to be very, very careful on how he approaches this season and how he finishes this season, because Russell Westbrook could go from being one of the top paid guys in the NBA to out the NBA. Like, he has to be careful, so he has to buy in and take a lesser role this season and flourish well in it.
If he's there, and Wendy, that is the big question. If he's in Los Angeles, they've laid out what they want the role to be. But is the conventional wisdom right now, is your belief that Westbrook will be a Laker this season?
What Perk just said is, I think, what people in the league are saying, because there's still aftershocks in the league right now about the split that Russell Westbrook had with his longtime agent last week, Thad Fauché. And in the statement that Fauché gave to our Adrian Wojnarowski, he said he has advised Westbrook to accept the role that Darvin Ham has laid out for him, which is a starting role, but is a lesser role, a supporting player role, not a star player role, a role where he is the dirty work guy. He is defense, screens, waiting in the corner for the ball to come to him, not him necessarily setting up the offense. That's what Perk is talking about. That's what Darvin Ham is talking about. But Thad Fauché said that he and Westbrook had irreconcilable differences. So what is Westbrook actually doing? Is he going to accept that role, or is he not? And as he looks for new representation, which I'm told he is, what is that new agent's job going to be? What is Russell going to task him with? These are unanswered questions that we and the Lakers are certainly going to want to find out in the short-term future.
One more unanswered question. Go ahead, Big Perk. Go.
Greeny, let me say this to you and Wendy. Think about this for a second. I thought about the market for us with Russell Westbrook and the teams that could actually take a chance on him and bring him in to be the Russell Westbrook that he thinks he is and give the ball and the keys to the organization. And there's only one team that came to mind, the San Antonio Spurs, a team that have low expectations. So when I think about Russell Westbrook, I'm thinking along the lines of that if he's not careful, his career could possibly end like Allen Iverson's career did. We all know that Allen Iverson
and
had
that's what
more
Thad Fauché.
Go ahead, Wendy. Finish it up.
That's what the agent, I think, was telling him, Perk. I think the agent was saying, you got to take what's on the table. You can't look for something else. That, I think, what you're saying is what his agent told him to. You're not alone. Many other people feel this exact same way.
That's the point. For Westbrook, if he wants to be in a situation where he puts a ring on his finger, he stays where he is. If he wants to go someplace else, you never know what level of relevancy you're sort of depriving yourself from having. All right, guys, stay there. We'll do more. Big Perk, I got much more for you. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.